This is OMG Live Caribbean, and we are truly glad to be joining you this evening. Welcome, one and all. I am Cecilia Salazar.
And I'm Richard Young. Yes, welcome all. Thanks for joining us. We really appreciate when you all come on, and we are looking forward for your company this evening, and we have an exciting show planned for you today.
OMG Live Caribbean family. I am Penelope Spencer, coming to you live from Digo Martin. Yes, I'm grateful that you all chose to join us today, people, and I'm extremely happy to be together with all you lovely Caribbean people.
Hi guys, Vonnet here. What a wonderful thing to look forward to. I mean, this gives me something to do on a Wednesday, and I'm always very excited to join you. So I missed you all. Happy to be here.
Great to have you and to be together. But tonight we want to welcome our very special guest host, none other than the fabulous Ms. Josanne Leonard. Welcome, Josanne.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for having me. Very impromptu, but I mean, I'm always up. I'm always game for whatever mischief you all are up to.
Yes, thank you for agreeing to be with us, because this is not a really normal kind of people in this bunch.
Well, then I fit right in, Penny. Then I fit right in.
Yay!
Lovely.
Yeah, it's great to be here.
People share. Share.
Yes, we have an exhilarating show today. So let's see what's on in today's show, Richard.
We are delighted to have St. Lucian singer John Antoine joining us live shortly. Plus, we congratulate Dr. Shakuntala Harak Singh Pilstead of Trinidad and Tobago for winning the 2021 World Food Prize. Major stuff.
Major.
And in 6 things you need to know, we show you how you can add a 6th finger to your hand and some exciting new fashion trends coming for 2022.
We have a trailer from a new Netflix movie starring Sandra Bullock and Viola Davis. Meanwhile, on TikTok, we have some fun, hilarious videos to share with you. Please, plus, we will give you the taste of Nadia Baxton's new music video. I haven't seen it yet, so it will be rare view.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's nice. I haven't seen it. Of course, it's Nadia McGill. All that and much more in this episode of OMG Live Caribbean.
All right, excellent. Let's jump into it. So, do you all look at The Voice on NBC?
Yes, I do.
Well,
I've seen it a couple of times. Well,
great. There was a performance of Aretha Franklin's song "Ain't No Way," masterfully done by contestant Wendy Moten. You must hear this. Play the clip, Stephen. Wow.
Testify. That is power. Wow.
My paws just raised, boy. Oh my God.
Yes. Aretha must be sit up for that one. Excellent.
Yeah, nice.
Anyway, I want to welcome all our regular fans commenting and getting involved in today's show. So, Bonnet, give us some views.
I'm seeing Deborah. Hi, Deborah Richardson is on. Damian Edwin is on. Camille Phillip. Buell Jean Scarlett. Of course, you know, we can't have a show without our friend.
Yes.
Celine Griffith. Celine, I hope you went by Pink Hibiscus, eh? Jennifer Nathan. And that's all I'm seeing for the while. I don't know. I kind of lost the feed there, so I don't know if I'm missing a few.
Deborah Richardson, he said good night.
Yeah. Hi, Deb.
Nice.
So that's just the while. We can swing back.
We moving on. We rolling like a rolling stone. We got it, no more. Remember, send us your voice notes, people, or your video clips. Just email them to OMG Live Caribbean email info@omgtt.com. We want to hear your thoughts and your opinions. Do not forget, email.
Yes. And good. And right now, I want our audience to get ready. We want you to tell us in the comment section, what was one thing you were happy about this week? One thing, just one thing. So start typing, people, and tell us one thing you were happy about this week.
Cecilia, anything you were happy about?
Okay, well, I can start. Well, I'm happy that my daughter is graduating from UWE. Can you
What?
believe it? Yes, my second daughter,
Go, Serena!
Serena, is graduating from, well, business on Friday. And my niece, Rebecca, is graduating from film studies.
Very nice.
She's going to be a
Very
film
good.
director. So that's really has me happy and excited. They have all the
Children?
graduations staggered at different times. So Serena's is Friday, my niece is Saturday. And so that's, I'm really happy about that. That has me excited. What about you, Richard?
So then I'll go.
Yes, let's get.
I'll go. Sandra, I want to say a shout out to Sandra because I went to Price Mart and I don't want to drop names of spaces. So I went to Price Mart and Sandra called out to all the friends and said, "Look, the guy from the OMG show." And she said, "Could you come closer so we can see you in person? Because we see you on TV on Sundays."
Oh, nice.
I said, what are you doing here, Sandra? And she said, "Well, I'm selling Joko Loco donuts." And she had a wonderful deal. So I took and I ate for all of you all because I couldn't keep it. It was fabulous. And I just want to say it's wonderful to Sandra and that there are people who are looking forward and enjoying us out there. So it made me feel really special. And every time I ate my Joko Locos, knowing that you all didn't have it, I felt really special.
Oh, that was what made you feel really good. The fact that you had all the Joko Locos and your co-host didn't. That was your feel-good moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Joanne, what's you?
Well, a few things, but I'll pick one because I didn't really know I was going to be on this show, and this was it. So this is all really nice and cool. So sometimes it's a little vicarious thing.
Yeah.
I got a WhatsApp message from my granddaughter in England, and she's pretty excited about. She's going to be DJing in some new shishi club in Soho. And she was just really over the moon about it, and I felt so, I felt really good about the fact that she's just really pursuing her own little kind of dream in between now just being married and working with her husband in his new cafe, and I just thought, well, that made me feel really good that she's she's trotting her own path kind of thing, despite so yeah, that was a really good moment.
Despite all of the obstacles these days.
My granddaughter.
Oh,
Yeah.
Papa.
Okay.
Well, Vonette, the camera is on you.
What made me happy this week, as a matter of fact, I could talk about today. So I do this thing which I know I will not be able to do I hope I get to a point where I don't have to do it. But when I do my events, I deliver tickets to people.
Right.
And people ask me all the time why I do that. Because, why do you actually do that? But listen, that gives me such joy. It gives me such joy to be able to meet people who come to my events who I would not normally see I wouldn't see them. I'm on the stage, they're looking at me. By the time it's done, they've left. I don't see them. But this actually gives me the opportunity to meet them, to touch them, to say thank you. And it brings me such joy. I'm tired when I'm done. I must admit, tired. But it really made me happy today. So that's what I thought.
That's wonderful. I like that.
The only thing that really made me happy this week was the next story, the story that Richard is going to talk about now. I saw this and I smiled. Richard, go ahead and talk about it. That's the only thing. I did not have a good week.
Oh, I'm sorry, Pen. I'm sorry.
It's the best week, and it's still not, and it's only Wednesday, and it's not.
I share that with you, Penny. I also had that great feeling of such national pride.
Yeah.
We want to congratulate Dr. Shakuntala Harak Pilstead, a native of Trinidad and Tobago, who's a citizen of Denmark. She received the 2021 World Food Prize for her groundbreaking research, critical insights, and landmark innovations in developing fish and aquatic food systems to help feed millions worldwide.
Wow.
This is special. Let's take a look.
Please welcome the 2021 World Food Prize laureate from Trinidad and Tobago and Denmark, Dr. Shakuntala Haratsing Tilsted.
So tonight, from the island of Trinidad Tobago, your birth country, we have a native son. And the performer that you're going to hear tonight captivates audiences with electric, high-energy performances. So tonight, please welcome Kes.
Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. Yeah, yeah. She had the thing I love. And where she from, I don't know. Rock she waist and go low. She kick up the place like a dojo, yeah. Everybody on stage, oh Lord. If you're coming down from the mountain, you gotta join me. Sing tongue, sing it jumping on. Beat the bar and grass, beat the bar. Everybody wave it, you didn't see it already. Doctorate, oh Lord. When the people tell you they cannot wait, show them how to do it. When the spirit sitting in tongue, I see it jumping on. Beat the bar and grass, beat the bar and grass. Yes, yo, congratulations. Oh, not yet. Yes, of course. Yeah. When the spirit sitting in tongue, they see them jumping on. Beat the bar and grass, beat the bar. Y'all can join in, yes? Yes, come, let's go. Yeah. This is how we do it. If you know it, then you know it. Yeah. He's holding the glasses, yeah. This is Trinidad and Tobago and our culture. If you know it, yeah.
That was so good. Oh gosh.
I posted that in our WhatsApp group. It was,
Yes.
and nobody said anything.
God.
I love that. I was, oh my God.
Yeah, that is special.
This little 2x4 island earlier. Don't play with us, you know.
Yeah, that is special.
We have so much to be proud
That is
of, and
special.
so much.
Wow.
I think
What
we
do you
take
think,
it for
Josanne?
granted.
What do you think?
Well, I am beaming because all over the Naprima girls' chats, everybody was just posting and remembering
You're
what
right.
form she was in when we were in school. So when we went into Form 1, she was in Form 6 already.
Right.
You know,
I,
so
I was in a maxi she was in, I think.
Uh-huh.
And we kind of bong shoulders. We bong shoulders. And like, you know, because I wear like fish. So I came over, being from South. You know, but anyway, we are moving along.
The only thing I had common there was the savannah grass. But that's
We are moving things along to meanwhile on TikTok.
Full stop. There are these two young men in the US, obviously not from the Caribbean, who have taken their natural blonde hair and made them into janks. You know that dreadlock, the rasp when it's thicker?
yeah, you can lock it up.
Yeah. And they're covered in tattoos all over, and they're claiming to be Caribbean boys. However, Caribbean people ain't having it. They are denouncing these young men. Let's take a look.
Cause we try home like a lion from the island boy from the Caribbean. Que yo soy cubano. I'm an island.
Speaking on behalf of all Cubans, we do not want to be responsible for the actions of these men. Please, if any other country would like to take them in, we're more than happy to give them to you. Thank you.
As a part of the Trinidadian community, we will happily decline your offer, but we will gladly hand it to the Guyanese. Thank you.
I didn't understand the Guyanese comment.
But he's trying it off. It's now for the Guyanese to say yes
Anybody.
or no.
Anybody but Trini.
Given it to Denmark or Holland or something.
Passing of the baton.
What is so interesting is the Caribbean is trending right now. It really is. Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean is trending. Everybody wants to be from here.
Talking about Caribbean. Anyway, so you decide you're going to take a little cruise, right? A getaway. You know, there's a hip hop party on the main deck. I've been to those once. Anyway, everyone is there looking on, and they call you out to show your best hip hop dance move. You know, any party, come and dance. Let me see your hip hop move. However, you are a 6'2" heavyset white Texan.
Oh.
How you think you did, y'all?
Oh.
Take a look.
Hey, we're gonna see what you got in 3, 2, 1.
What? What a cruise! Penny, your cruise was like that, girl?
Yes, well, not really, no.
Okay.
There's really 2 people in a pirogue, but yeah, we'll talk about that.
Moving right along, imagine now you enter your home, and to your surprise, there are candles on the floor shaped into an arrow leading you inside. You are so touched that your significant other would go through all this trouble to express their love. Let's take a look.
Why the hell you wanna play me that way? You're bad, babe. You double-faced entendre. Life goes on and on and on and on and on.
You know, I figured that was going to happen.
I figured it was a setup.
Yeah.
I must try that one for my daughters, though.
I get that one
the
too, but I set up black candles, though. I turn around and I close that door so fast. And I rush out of that.
Oh, gosh.
This next one has very little setup that I can do. So let's look and enjoy it. Yeah, let's look and see what's happening.
What would you do if I climbed into your passenger seat?
Well, I would have so many questions. First off, who the hell bought me this car? Because I didn't have one this morning. Is this car a rental? Are you the mechanic detailing the car? Because you ain't got no shirt on. It's kind of hot, I understand. You want me to turn this air on? This looks like one of them new fancy cars. I don't know what to add. Do I just speak it? Turn on air, bitch. Now back to you. Where did you come from? Are you paid by the hour? I'm confused. But this is a nice car. You can stay.
Well, peeps, that's it for this episode of Meanwhile on TikTok. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to dive into hot topics. Right, hot topics. People, audience, write down yours. What I liked was the Sandals group of companies. Their founder was Butch Stewart. He passed away. But they're opening a school at UWI and at the university in Florida for hospitality. And I thought, wow, the Caribbean needs that. Yes. A school where they could learn about good hospitality. Thank you, Sandals group of companies. And they're calling this school the Butch Stewart School. I thought that was wonderful.
Yeah, that's good. That's a hot topic.
Yeah. Well, it would be remiss of us if we don't acknowledge that the Anime Carib Festival, which is a Caribbean festival for animation, which is 20 years this year, and led by our very own Camille Selvon Abrahams. And I think it's kicked off tonight. And their theme is rebooting our stories, connecting our past and building our future. And certainly, I know she is head deep in it, and that's why I'm missing her here. But that is a hot topic for me.
Yeah, I miss
20 years of doing that. It's really remarkable, extraordinary, and I say salute to her and her team.
I'm so proud of Camille. Proud of Camille. So proud. I wanted to talk about. I don't know if you all have been following the case of Pastor Kevin Smith, a Jamaican, who is leading this church and basically it's kind of like a modern day Jim Jones kind of thing. Yeah, talking about the apocalypse and the end of the earth, and that there's this major flood that's going to come, and actually had a couple members of his congregation sacrificed. Two dead, two slashed in the throat, and the third one dead when one congregation member, when she realized that they slashed the woman's throat and the woman was dead, she jumped the fence and went and reported it, and the police came down on them. And there was a thing between the police and another person died. So they ended up with 3 persons dead. This happened just last week in Jamaica. What? And of course, the police arrested him. And when they were taking him from, or is it to Kingstown to be formally charged, the car got an accident and he died. And one of the policemen who would have been transporting him died in that accident. And 2 others are injured. So we have his congregation, members of his congregation saying that he's actually not dead. And it's a whole thing going on. You all really need to follow that case, but it's so interesting. It's like you want to know what will happen next. You can't be
2021
right here. People dead. Slash them in the throat right in the church there. They found knives and things right in the church. Yeah.
I mean, we were talking a week about how at times like this, especially with pandemics and crisis, people turn to all sorts of solutions.
Yes.
Be it religions or cults
Whatever
or
else,
all these things, because they're looking for some sort of answers or some sort of saving, and that definitely is not it.
Yeah. Anyway, but amazingly, what surprises me about these things is that it follows the same playbook all the time. The pastor who's enjoying all the wealth and he's driving a BMW and living in the biggest house, and it follows the same playbook. So I just don't know how. I mean, maybe because I'm on the outside and I just can't connect with it, but it just is so. I just don't figure out how.
That's crazy. Yeah. Well, the hot topic for me, or is it the cold topic, is the West Indies. Rally round the West Indies, now and forever. We've lost to England and we've lost to South Africa. We still have to play Australia and Bangladesh in our group, but I never lose hope. There's still hope if we win every game and other people lose, so I'm still rallying around the West Indies. This is, of course, in the World Cup cricket, the T20 World Cup cricket that's going on right now. So that's what has me on edge most days.
Suzanne?
Cricket.
Oh, well, I felt pretty good reading something. Hilary Beckles is one of my favorite historians in the region. And of course, he's the he's at the principal of UWI. And, he's been taking on this, he's chairman of the CARICOM's Reparation Commission, and he's been taking on this reparations issue. And what we've been seeing increasingly is like countries and big companies apologizing, almost to me, like a kind of reverse psychology. Like if I say I'm sorry and I give you a little something, then that kind of allows me to, to not be accountable. But I read this thing this morning, and I think it's just really great. I mean, and I'd recommend it to your viewers. He just gave a little short thing about Barbados, because Barbados was a very kind of unique place in terms of the whole slavery experience, because the whole island was plantations. It was like Jamaica, where there were parts and what have you. And so he kind of gave a little bit of background, talking about Black people being brought to the island and being deemed by law to be non-human, chattel, and property in perpetuity. And apparently the monarchy, because this is all leading into Barbados becoming a republic for its independence, which is the end of November. And so they already have a president in waiting, and so who's that, the former governor general. And it's just a little line here. I mean, it's a great article and it's not very long. This, but Barbados did not just become the first Black majority Caribbean island. It was host the first Black Holocaust. But he said now Black people are free from this monarchy and its parliament. It's talking about the Republican status. And he puts it in context with the first prime minister, with Errol Barrow. And then a lovely line. He said, His Right Excellent Errol Barrow cracked the mold. The Honorable Mia Motley shattered the remaining scaffold and dismantled its indignity. And so he's talking about the new president in waiting, Dame Sandra. And he says, these two women of consciousness, commitment, and courage have carried us over the line to liberty. Yay. I just thought, this
love that.
Because we're so kind of estranged from our modern history,
Yeah.
I just thought that I felt really good. It made my skin grow, as the Guyanese say. So that was one for me this week.
Women of conscience, commitment, and courage. I love that.
That's
wonderful.
Mia for sure.
Yeah,
Right.
boy.
Anything on social media, y'all? What are the people saying?
No, we don't have anything. We We lost our social media.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Okay, but we're moving on, because I know they're still there.
Yes.
That's right.
As the world opens up, as we move on, we still see too many COVID-19 deaths daily. And I don't know when this thing going to ease up. When is this going to ease up? What are we looking at here?
One of the significant challenges is that while we can stay home and stay safe, our frontline workers are in the thick of things daily. And this is a kind of commitment we must be grateful for and applaud. Let's discuss.
To help us in this discussion, we have with us live from St. Lucia, Mr. John Antwine. Welcome, John. How is St. Lucia today?
St. Lucia is beautiful. The weather is great. Everybody's fine. As always, everybody's going through a situation in the Caribbean, but St. Lucia, we're doing pretty good.
Great.
Thank you.
Okay, John, you created a song giving thanks to our frontline workers for their commitment. Stephen, could we have a touch of that just before we talk to him?
Can you repeat that again, please?
I'm saying that I know you created a song giving thanks to our frontline workers for their commitment. So I'm now asking Stephen to give us a touch of the song before we start talking to you. Okay?
Well,
we'd like to take this opportunity to thank all our frontline workers around the world for risking their life for us each and every day. This song is dedicated to you guys.
I see your wings are broken, but you're still not shaken, 'cause you fight to the end to save us all. You will never say never, even when it feels forever. Relentless and fearless, 'cause you're an angel, a super angel, sent from above with love in your heart for us all. Yes, you're an angel, a superhero angel. With your broken wings, you kept us safe through it all.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, lovely. So, John, why was this so important to you to create this song?
I'm having a little difficulty hearing you, so please repeat the
I'm
question
so sorry.
again.
Yes, why was this so important to you to create this song for our frontline workers? So important.
I mean, we see what frontline workers are going through, throughout the world, especially in the Caribbean, and taking consideration the hardship that they're going through. So, it's just something I decided to do, to write it, to dedicate this song to them, and just to show my appreciation for all what they are going through for us. The taking the risk and the putting their life at risk also. So I just think it was an appropriate time to write this song for them.
Wonderful, John. That's a wonderful, wonderful action that you did there. Tell us a little bit about John. Who is John? What's your background, John?
My background is into the health and fitness. I mean, as Richard know me, I know Richard over 20 years. And when we first met, I think he met me teaching a class, and that was over 20 years ago. And then, my true passion is music, and I always been writing. I mean, so John Antoine is a fitness trainer, also nutritionist, but his background also is in music. I play multiple instruments, saxophone, guitar, and also I'm a songwriter.
Oh, nice.
So John, moving forward, what are you working on now? What are you working on next? What is the next big thing for John?
Richard, can you repeat that question one more time again?
What is the next big thing for you? What are you working on now?
For me right now, I continue to write. I think one of the things about COVID, it has kept us indoors. So, you use that time to transform your energy into positive vibes, So for me, I continue to write music, and I've just completed 2 latest singles, and soon to be released. So John Antoine just continue to write music, just feed the world with good music, That's my ultimate goal.
Wonderful. Good nutrition, good exercise, good music. We set. John, oh gosh, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your journey with us. Anything else you want to share with us?
Well, I want to thank you guys for giving me the opportunity. I mean, and also for the Trinidadian public to see my video, and so I want to thank you very much for this opportunity.
Yeah, well, I'm sure when the borders open up and when we're all traveling freely and performing again, we'll invite you to Trinidad to perform.
Thank you.
All right, thanks so much.
That was great. Right. Now, let's check out what's coming to your screen.
Well, it's not very often you see these 2 actresses together, Sandra Bullock and Viola Davis. They star in Unforgivable. After serving a sentence for a violent crime, a woman is released from prison and re-enters a society that refuses to forgive her. Let's take a look.
Ruth, phone call. Hello? Hello?
You're gonna pay for what you did.
I was in prison. I just got out. I was there for 20 years.
For what? It was an accident.
Does your release alter the terms of your no contact order?
You don't have to give me a speech. I'm looking for Katie. She's my little sister. I raised her. Okay, next time, don't drag me through 3 bus transfers to tell me something you already know.
John, there's a woman in the front yard.
Can I help you with something?
You're a lawyer?
What would Catherine gain by meeting her now?
I wonder all the time what she looks like, what she became.
Your life starts here now, not 20 years ago.
She did her time.
She killed somebody in cold blood. If that were any of your black sons who had been in this system, they would be dead. She walks around like it never happened. Now you tell me if that's fair.
You gotta be a convict wherever I go?
No, you're a cop killer everywhere you go.
Okay, Ruth, just stop.
I'm good.
I'm blood! Don't treat me like I don't exist! Tell her about me!
Don't even pretend this is about her!
Yeah, no,
taking her. You are not a victim.
I don't quit. Not on Katie.
Is that, did I see Netflix there? Is that coming to Netflix?
Yes. Netflix. Wow.
I
Netflix
love
is
that.
pumping.
That is
And I like that actor who used to be on Law and Order Criminal Intent. He's always so nervousy and always edgy. Yeah.
And you see the one who used to be John Boy as well on
Yes, John Boy, that's who it was.
and I'm
from
trying to
Waltons.
remember his name. And I'm thinking, oh gosh, what's his name? Because he's a good actor. But you know, I think Sandra Bullock is really, I don't want to say she's underrated, but she really is a good actress.
Yeah, she is, definitely.
And Viola Davis, by the way, Penny, as I saw Viola on, I thought, aha, that is who I'm trying to locate with Penny's look. That's a kind of Viola Davis look that she watched How to Get Away with Murder. It was one of
Yes.
Great.
Yes. Sandra, and that's such a question though, that if you served your time for the crime, you know, are you allowed to live again freely without stigma and all of that? That's such a tough question.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll have to see the movie to get the answer.
Hey, y'all, we didn't talk about Abu Bakr dying this
Oh, that was a hot topic. That reminded you of that.
Yes, anyway, we are going, guys. That leads us to here are 6 things you need to know.
Using a dryer to dry your clothes takes up a lot of space and a lot of electricity. What if there was a simple, cost-effective way to dry your clothes? Let's investigate.
Let's investigate, because this is a novel idea.
Morris Zero. Morris Zero is a device that aims to reinvent the way that you dry your clothes. This is a desktop dryer that can be placed almost anywhere in your home. It attaches to a standard wall outlet and makes clothes drying far faster and more effective than using a traditional dryer. The dryer will also disinfect your clothes.
Oh, yeah.
Come, say it, Vonnet, say it.
But that is only for underwear. What clothes you put in that?
I can put my blanket in that. That is a line. People out there, you people who've never heard about thing, a line.
A clothesline.
And it's not a clothesline if you live in an apartment complex as I do. When you live in big countries, you have these things that, well, I know they get them in Price Mart, but you have these things that you open out and I put all my things on hangers and I put them out, and on a hot day, within hours, everything is dry.
Yeah.
You know, being environmentally aware that, you know, we can't be consuming all this electricity, you know.
Right. So we don't want that one. Well, let's have another thing you need to know here now, y'all. If you have an egg, some oil, vinegar, salt, and lemon juice in your kitchen, do you know you can whip up your own mayonnaise? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. How do you ask? We'll show you.
Gently crack 1 egg into the jar and then add the lemon juice, vinegar, mustard, and salt. Add your oil last and let the ingredients settle for a minute or 2. When you start blending, it's important that you keep the stick blender firmly on the bottom for at least 10 to 15 seconds. Once the mayonnaise has become thick and reached the top, then you can move the blender up and down to fully combine all of the ingredients.
Serious?
Yes, my mom used to make it a lot. Yeah.
Good face mask too.
It makes a good face mask. Yes, definitely.
Are you a sloppy painter? Well, Christmas is around the corner, and if you have painting to do, just grab a jar of Vaseline, Vaseline. What do I mean? People, take a look.
Are you planning a painting project anytime soon? If that's the case, Vaseline can be used instead of painter's tape. All you have to do is smear a thin layer onto wherever you don't want the paint to stick, whether it's a table surface, glass, doorknobs, tiles, or wood. And once you're finished painting, just wet a rag and wipe away the Vaseline.
I am so going to try that because painter's tape is not cheap. I am going to try it. And I make a mess.
I hope you have a back after that because there's like another load.
Exactly.
You're in a whole room.
Exactly.
Or a number of rooms and you're going over every but I mean,
a lot of Vaseline, a lot of Vaseline.
a lot of back.
So 2022 is upon us, and we might be heading out to a few events soon, and that's our hope. Well, let's take a look at some of the trending looks of 2022. See if you will be using any of them.
Okay. I definitely love some of those looks.
Some of them.
I love them, but some of the bodies that on them, why? they had no plus size girls. I'm not lost. I don't know.
Yeah, we can't wear all of them. I always wonder, Richard, too, why all the models look so sour? Why everybody looks so...
Now you're inviting me. Now you're inviting me to talk about the Caribbean aesthetic.
Right.
And because I believe that we need to carry our personality in what we wear. And I don't understand that molar knocked out, eyebrow lifted, and the nose tightened look. I love a little flesh on the body, and I love personality. I love suggesting who we are in the brand identity of what we wear.
Yes, well said.
I think they have those faces, so you wouldn't look at the face, you just look at the clothes.
Well, all I'm looking at is the face.
I thought that was the idea.
I'm sorry. I will stick with my Zada Nisman in point.
If you use a human, you had to let the human be part of the projecting of it. Otherwise, put it on a rack. You see?
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
I can't those looks.
Yeah, boy. This next thing is weird. Very weird. Why would you want to have a sixth mechanical finger, y'all? I have 5 and I don't feel like I'm missing a finger, but why would they invent this? Let's take a look.
Okay, this one might be weird to imagine, but imagine having an extra thumb. Even though at first the benefits might not be so obvious, it can be very useful with such things as having a better grip or even to play a guitar differently.
I could get with that.
You know, sometimes Go ahead, Josanne.
Yes.
So I could get with that. I was trying to think what it would be, but I could get with that. I mean, even the like the scrolling bit, because your fingers carpal tunnel, whatever it is, you have that. And there was another one. I thought it was kind of cool. I thought that one I could get with. It was kind of cool.
It is interesting.
One thing I find is interesting, you know, sometimes you want to give somebody the finger. You could say, hey.
Oh, thanks. You can give me a finger. Mechanical finger.
This is OMG Caribbean Live, so we can't go with the finger talk because then it can very easily descend into,
No, I just like you could just, hey, I'm gonna give you the finger, hey. And you give them a finger, you got it. But I just think man overdoing it sometimes, really. If God wanted us up, anyway, I had a brother who had 6 toes.
We are improving all the time and inventing all the time. That's what's going on.
That's the gift God gave us. But that's cool though. It's cool, I suppose. There's a value to it.
I like the flicking. I like the flicking, the screen flicking.
Yes.
Because when it does get tiring on your the nearest. Yeah.
Anyway, okay, after that, let's warm your heart with these expressions of love.
Aww.
Okay.
Penny. I love love. Love at any age.
Yeah.
Yes,
Love
it's
is
beautiful.
lovely.
Absolutely beautiful.
And expressing it.
Yeah.
I like being in love with love. Anyway, that was it, folks. 6 things we need to do. Okay. So I want you all to subscribe, get notified, and share the OMG Live Caribbean link. Thanks.
Right? Hello? Richard. Wait. So what you all thinking, people?
Listen, I love all the 2 partners. But as I'm on screen, I'll tell you what I was thinking.
Good.
I really need folks to pick a struggle. Pick a struggle.
Pick one.
Pick a struggle. The same folks, some of the same folks who I see them for myself complaining when artists during this pandemic had to apply to the government for a grant. They want to know all kind of things. Why artists don't have their own money? Why artists don't have their savings? Why artists don't have this? Why artists? Some of these same folks chastising artists and creative entrepreneurs for inquiring whether or not we're having a carnival next year. Pick a struggle. It's either you want artists to not be dependent on the government, or you want them to try to do their own thing, because that's all artists are trying to do. People are basically, nobody's interested in sending the COVID figures up. People are simply interested in plying their trade so that they can feed their families.
Survival.
They're inquiring because Carnival provides, or the activities around Carnival provides an opportunity for them to earn.
Yeah.
So you can't be upset that they're inquiring, or nobody wants to contribute to the rising figures in a pandemic. People just want to live. So you need to pick a struggle. Is either you don't want artists to be dependent on the government, or you want them to do, but you can't. So what?
Yeah.
Lay down and die. We have to figure out what is the way forward. So let me be Lowina.
Yes, you tell them, Vonna. Tell them.
Pick a struggle, decide what you want. Either you want us to be independent and do what we want to do, which is to earn a living as we're accustomed doing, or you don't want us to be dependent on the government.
Nice. I like that. That's a good thought. I was thinking, anybody else? I was thinking it might sound idealistic, but I was thinking about how we're dealing with this pandemic and locking everybody down and restricting everybody. And I'm thinking, why don't we open the beaches? Why don't we have free yoga in the park or Tai Chi and breathing exercises? Why don't we pipe music through the promenade and through town? Why don't we put free Wi-Fi in Rio Claro to Palatuvie so that people don't have to worry about that, and give everybody some hampers and fruit and try to lift people's spirits and their mental health and let us try to survive this COVID positively. That's what I have been thinking. I try to approach my life like that, but I really think we need a conscientious approach as a nation to health, well-being, and mental health instead of restricting everything. That's what I think. That's what I've been thinking. Might sound idealistic.
Yeah. I've been thinking about our young people in schools and going to school, and some of them are not going to school because of fear and other things that's going on. I've been thinking about families during this pandemic who are out of pocket. There are real people out there who are struggling. And I don't know if these government, these people in power are really helping in a real tangible way. Because look at we have a show. I wanted this show to go to the old people home. When they go to school, nobody helping us, not a man's helping us. So I'm just worried about other people out there. Why going through hard? I going through hard. Whoever help, doing things for free. Plenty of people doing things for free. But I going through. But I'm worried about other people too.
Yeah.
If I catch on my tail. So yeah, that's what I've been thinking about the people.
It's a difficult time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to add to that, Penny, because I don't find I see enough commentary on the fact that people are in a state. I don't pick up the paper and see, but when I have a lot of models and a lot of people who work under me, and they're out of pocket. Both of everybody in the house is not working.
Yes.
And I don't see enough of that. And I chatted with my sister in England, and she asked me about that. And I think it's statistical information. It's not written anywhere. You're not hearing about the fact that people are not able to have 3 meals a day, and they are probably not having any at all during the day. And I do find myself meeting people, and I have extended myself a little to help people. And I think that is a real challenge that we're not addressing,
It's very scary. Josanne, you've been thinking?
Yeah, it's a kind of really common kind of theme, and I think I've been thinking a lot about, and more than thinking, having a lot of discussions in different forums with different kinds of people about how kind of unkind we have become in the pandemic. It's so funny because when the pandemic first started, it was a real kumbaya kind of moment. You were seeing windows opening and hand clapping and talking about the environment regenerating itself. And it's not just Trinidad and Tobago. I think, and somebody who comes from the broadcast and communications industry, I'm thinking how we have let down we have let people down. The collective we, because I'm not really active in media in that way anymore. But the sort of the line in the sand, the inability to stand in the other person's shoes to understand why people may be feeling the way that they're feeling, the way that people are being very easily demonized and marginalized. I think that is really, I'm talking about it and I feel very strongly about this. And it's coming from mainstream, if we talk about an industry, it's coming from mainstream media, And I think that I'm thinking that the fourth estate has a serious responsibility to not just pay lip service to informing and educating and entertaining, and to not be caught up in this sort of polarization, not just here but all around the world. You know,
So
I've been thinking a lot about that.
Yes, there's a lot
That
is
is
going
so
on.
true.
But
All
we're
right.
going to move on.
Yes,
Yeah, we
Richard.
gotta wrap up now, guys.
Time to wrap up. I was doing that before time.
Yes. Well, join us next Wednesday, everyone.
I want you all now. I have to say that to subscribe, get notified, and share the OMG Live Caribbean. Thanks to all of you who took part in today's show, and we truly appreciate you.
Yes, join us next Wednesday live from 8 p.m. on OMG TT on Facebook, OMG TV TT on YouTube, and right here on a Sunday on CCN TV6, and Gael, M&E TV, and SmashRadioTT.com.
People, have a great rest of the week. And remember, love your fellow man. Vaughn, do you want to say any goodbyes?
Just say bye-bye until next week, guys. See you all. Stay safe.
We'll be back.
Thank you all for having me, by the way, and much love to everyone.
Love you, brother.
Lovely.
And I have to say that fabulous voice, that resonant voice.
Yes, boy, love you.
That we love you. We leave you now with a music video from Miss Nadia Batson and We Woulda.
So, as we always say at OMG,
let's be kind to each other.
Let's be kind to each other. Let's
We would have done, rub our body like soap, like we in a football. We would have done, look like an indicator, stick up like glue and paper. If only you was alone, if only I was still single, if only you had no conscience, if only things were so simple.